make his lunch.
Oh, okay.
They told me not to fold his laundry.
Yeah.
They told me not to pay for dates. Take me through there. Take me through there. Now, talk about pack that lunch.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Our Orange Life. Thanks for tuning in. This is Deanna. Thank you to new subscribers and thank you to current subscribers. You guys have been rocking with me for a while. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate every comment. I try to answer all the comments. Sometimes I can't catch the ones that's from previous videos, but I try. When I see them, I'll, respond to them. All right. Y'all see the thumbnail? You saw the video. Now, this girl, they still talking about this girl on TikTok, mind you. All right, for those of you who don't know, this young woman has been going viral on TikTok. Now, I was going to put her on my Mental Break channel. For those of you who don't know, I have another channel called A Mental Break. And basically, it's that channel is just taking viral stories and just break them down, who needs to be held accountable, what makes sense, and who has a mental illness. That's my other channel. And I started to put this story on there, but I thought that maybe we could break this down better on this channel because I think it's important that we kind of break this down. Um, matter of fact, I saw 3 of her videos today because she's making videos and she's saying that people are doing think pieces on her video and she's getting a lot of negative comments and, people are haters and stuff like that. So this is what she's saying. So as you can see in the video, she's flashing a very beautiful ring. And she's saying that her friends told her not to pay for dates, to stop cooking for him and doing his laundry, cook, cleaning, and doing his laundry. And then she comes out. I saw a video of her today, as a matter of fact, where she's sitting in her car and she's talking about how they're working on things together, how they're growing together, and how they do things for each other. So this is what she's saying. And she was like, she has a beautiful relationship. Now, let me just say this. I'm not knocking this young woman, okay? I'm just going to say it like this. We don't know what her relationship is. Now, the problem is people always want to bring all their business to social media. And sometimes when you bring your business to social media, you don't think before you do something. Let's just say that. And the reason why I say that is because this woman very may well have a beautiful relationship with her man. She may indeed be happy. And if this is the case, I'm happy for her. I always want to see a woman be in a loving, beautiful relationship, especially Black women, because we deserve it. Okay, we're always the last ones to get anything. So that's why I love to see us win. I always do. I think the problem that this woman is not understanding is that when she came on, TikTok with this video, all she talks about is what she does for him. They told me not to cook for him. They told me not to clean for him. They told me not to pay for dates. Now, let's look at it. Let's broaden what she's saying. If her friends are telling her not to pay for dates, not to be cooking and cleaning, are they saying this because he's not reciprocating? Like, because you have to look at it like that. Because, the relationship with my current fiance, I don't pay when we go out to eat. But if it's his birthday or he got a promotion back in the summer, he got a really big promotion. I treated him to dinner for that. We went out to celebrate for that. So I would pay for the date in that case. So when she says they told her not to pay for dates, is it because she pays for a lot of dates? Is it because she pays 50-50? So we don't know that part of it. See, that's the thing. Now, when she was saying they tell me not to do his laundry, they told me not to cook for him. Okay, again, is he reciprocating? Are you cooking for him every night after you come home from work and he works too and you're the only one cooking? Are you the only one doing the laundry after you worked all day and he did too? And y'all are not sharing the responsibilities. So is this why these women are saying that? Because we don't know that. We don't know that part because because of the fact that black women love to wave marriage in a ring as a badge of honor. In some cases, the woman wants the ring and the title of wife so bad, they will do whatever it takes to get it. So if her friends are telling her that, maybe they know something that we don't. And maybe that's not the case. I don't know. I really don't know. But I think that's why she's getting so much backlash because she comes in the video saying all of these things she does for him. They told me not to cook and clean. They told me not to pay for dates. Well, how come you didn't just come on there and say, I recently got engaged, we're in love, he loves me, he treats me well, he treats me like a princess, he puts me on a pedestal, whatever. You come in the video, this woman comes in the video and says all the things that she does, which is of service. Okay, because let's just face it, ladies, that's what the majority of these raggedy men want. They want you to work, pay half the bills, cook, clean, and be in the bed and take care of the kids. They want you to do all that while they just go do their 8 hours and they do nothing else. That's what they want you to do. But see, women are waking up and realizing, listen, this ain't working no more. Okay, this ain't working. So you're gonna have to do something, or this ain't gonna work. And see, this is why these men have their boxers in a bunch now because for so long men were able to get away with this behavior and now women are not tolerating it anymore. So I don't know what this woman's relationship is like. I don't know this woman, but what's going on is when you come to the internet and you say these things and we don't know what's going on, all we see is somebody that looks like that you just being a maid and a mattress and the hired help. That's all we, that's all we see: a maid, a mattress, and a benefactor. Because I don't see nothing else. He just standing there, and she the one dancing, flagging the ring, and all that. He ain't even saying nothing. He not saying, this my queen, this my, I love her, yeah, he don't even interrupt to be like, don't act like you do it that much. You did it one time. He don't like, he didn't say anything. And this is what I'm talking about. So, and another thing, this is one thing that I've noticed. Now, y'all can correct me if y'all can let me know. What I've noticed is that women that like to flaunt their relationship in front of other people, like social media, friends and family, where they want to flaunt their relationship, a lot of times the relationship is not as good as what they say it is. They just want everybody else to believe that because they want the envy of other people around them. Because I see that all the time. I got that in my own family. I got that in my own family. I got a family member very close to me who has been having this house of illusion for like 20 years now. Cause I know the real deal. I mean the real. But to everybody else, it's a house of illusion. They have this great marriage and this great relationship and everything is so great. When I already know it's hell. It's fresh hell. Fresh hell and old hell. So I already know that. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. Uh I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm saying. In my city, there's a popular entrepreneur influencer. He's been popular here for a few years. And and business wise, he does very well in the city. A lot of people know who he is. He's not a celebrity as far as being out in the open, but he is a big businessman here in my city. He has ties to the entertainment world. He has done business deals with, even though this ain't nothing to brag about, but he did do business deals with Diddy's company. Not so much Diddy himself, but Sean John, whatever his company is or whatever. But he's done some business dealings with him along with some other black notable businessmen. Now, this man, my daughter and I, we know who he is. I don't know him. I've met him and I know of him. I've been in rooms with him in different business functions in my city, but I don't, let's, air quotes, know the man. But what I do know is that historically he's always dated models, IG models, or these women that the preference, because usually when a black man get a few dollars, they like to get the girls that with the lip fillers, the biracials, the exoticals, those type of women. And he's always dated those types of women for years. And these women always had an eyelash line, a lip gloss line. That this is what these girls always have. Because if you pay attention, or they got a clothing line with one sweatsuit or one skirt and one jacket. But these girls typically are the same thing. It's like the rinse and repeat, okay? And recently, maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, sometime in the summer, he got married. But his wife that he married is actually a brown skinned woman who wears braids. And she's an attractive woman. It's not, I'm not saying this to say that she, is not beautiful in her own right. I'm going somewhere with it, so hold on. She's a beautiful woman, but she's a brown skinned woman with braids. But this woman has about 3 or 4 businesses of her own. And 2 of her businesses are very successful. The other two, I think, are just, little yin and yang around the house things. But 2 of her businesses are very successful. Now, all these other women, the preferences, they didn't have that going on. Their main job was posing on social media. That was their main job. IG models or whatever. That was their job. But this one here got real businesses that she has an office. She gets up, she goes to it, things like that. This woman has an office. Now you may say to yourself, maybe he wanted something real. Maybe, he got tired of the Instagram models. I don't think so. And I'm going to tell you why. When a man gets money, especially a black man, he finally starts getting the woman he really wants. Now, we have to look at where we are economically. Okay. Now, this man has done very well for himself for years here in the city. He has some really good connections. And he's been doing very well. Some of his connections are some of my connections as well, that I know who they are also. And plus he knows some bigger people than what I know. But I'm just saying, he's made some really good connections over the years. Recently, see, one of his businesses is not doing well. I'm gonna say his cash cow. He got one business that he's had for years that did well up until 2020. Since 2020, it has been losing business. Okay, so I did notice that. I do get emails from his company, and I'm noticing the huge discounts and a lot of things that he's offering now to try to bring people in because he's losing money. And I think his business is not doing well at all. And this is why I think he married this woman. And the reason why I say that is because this woman's one of her businesses is very lucrative. And this man strikes me as the type that it his preference is those IG models, but he married a woman that he can depend on. She is when the business is falling, she's going to keep the lifestyle up because she's more his speed financially. But she's not his first pick, because I told my daughter know who he is too, because my daughter and I both went to one of his big events, one of his big business mixers, and we saw the woman he was with, and the woman he married don't look nothing like her, don't look nothing like her and the other women that he's dated in the past. And we've been around him, and we know how popular he was post to before 2020. And now we're seeing a decrease in all that. We're not seeing the events anymore. He did have an event recently, but it didn't go well. And that's because he don't the people that he was connected with before, I think they're no longer investing, or they're no longer having an interest because money is starting to dwindle and businesses are starting to suffer. Now I say all that to say that this woman, because some women can't recognize that, this woman may be, he chose her because she does cook and clean and cook and all of that. And maybe she has, something else to offer where it could make his life easier, because some men, not all, some men, they want a woman that they can fall back on if they have to. Some of them, they strategize like that. Now I'm not saying that that's what this man did. I'm saying that's how it looks. That's how it looks, because for years my daughter and I watched him have a different IG model, and we're like, oh, he got a new girlfriend. Oh, he got a new girlfriend. So he just going through them when the money was flowing. So now that we notice that the money is not flowing like it was, now he married this woman. And I'm not saying he still doesn't have money. I'm just saying he's not at that level he was, you know, uh, post 2020. So that's why I said, women, you have to be careful of stuff like that. It's always a good idea to always look at the women that your man has dated before you. It's always a good idea, because especially if the man is doing well for himself, if he has a really good job or he's doing well for himself, it's always a good idea to look at the women before you, because usually that's the type of women they go for, especially if they have money. Now, if your man is already a dusty, then there's no point talking about it, because everybody gonna be dusty. But if he has a coin, he got a coin, then it's a good idea to check out the women before you, because I would try to find a way, because men do that. Because I've said before, men are strategic, and there's some men out here that are more of a bad bee than we are. It's some men out here that want to be bad bitches, and they want to be out here too, practicing hypergamy. So you have to be careful of that as well. Now, I'm not saying that that's this woman's case, because I don't know. What all I'm going to say is that these are things that happen. Men sometimes, especially, and I'm not going to say it's just especially black men, because there are other men who do this as well. I'm just going to say there are men that do that. They choose to marry the woman that's going to have them in a better position. And on top of that, you have to look at how the man treats you as well. And I'm gonna get into that in another video, because I got another video about that. I got another video off TikTok that I've been trying to put up for 3 months to talk about it, and I still ain't get there. But I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there, and I'm gonna tell you which video it is when we get there too. But you have to be careful of that. So I'm not going to stay much longer about this video. I wish that young lady well. I hope that she gets married. I hope she has a beautiful relationship. And I hope I'm wrong. But I'm going by what I see, and also what I've learned in practice. Because again, there's some things that I can't say here on YouTube, because I don't want nobody harassing me and all that. That's why I'm going to put a link soon to join a private group, and then we're going to talk about some real stuff, because I know a lot. I know a lot. I've been doing this over 20 years, and I've interviewed so many men. It's disgusting, and it's so many things that I know. There's so many things I know, and I can't talk about it on YouTube, because I don't want the attention. I really don't. I just want to try to help us women as much as possible to have healthier, happier relationships. Because, like many of you who listen to my videos, I've been through it just like you have. I've been through DV. I've been through, another marriage where I don't even know why the man got married, because he was just lazy. He wasn't, I never had another man put his hands on me, but he wasn't a provider. I can't be with a man that's not going to be a provider. And it's just that simple. And So I've been through it with these men. I've dated men that are emotionally unavailable. I've dated men that, want to cheat all the time. So I've been through it. So I know what it's like trying to find a halfway decent man child. Halfway. So I know what that's like. And, now that I'm older and I have this knowledge, I want to be able to help as many women as I can make better decisions and make better choices. Because I hate to I can't tell you how many stories I've listened to from women whose lives are ruined by men who claim to love them or pretend to love them. But there's some things that they ignored or didn't pay attention to along the way. And this is why they had such a problem. So, I'm not going to go too deep into that right now. I just wanted to talk about this young woman's video. So I'm gonna get off of here on this one. I'll be back with another video. I just been spitting them out lately. I've been on a roll. Yeah, because I told you guys, I got the week of November 17th is when I start to go part time, and I'll have more time. I want to start doing lives. I want to, start doing more things with this channel, to really get this channel really popping. So, the week of the 17th, there's going to be some things. And I haven't forgotten anything that I said I was going to do. Anybody that purchased my Beginners of Crypto Guide, you are getting more information. I'm still in my crypto group. And let me tell you something, it's serious. It When I say it's serious, it's serious. And a lot of things I can't say again on YouTube. So these are things that I would discuss in my Discord as well. So that's why I said if you haven't bought my Beginners, the Crypto Guide, pick that up because when I do go to my Discord, which will be more than likely probably after Thanksgiving. I think I want to get through at least Thanksgiving first. And we're going to talk about some things. I'm not holding crypto classes or nothing like that, but it's some things that are going on behind the scenes that is very important to know so that we can start setting ourselves up financially because you don't need a lot of money to get started in crypto. You don't. This is the best time. It's the best entry point. And this is why a lot of things are going on in our economy. But that's for another video. That's for another time. And that's for offline. So let me get off of here. Link below for a therapeutic call if anybody needs me to help them with anything. Like if you need help finding a therapist, if you want to, discuss something, if you just want a listening ear, if you need some advice, so my therapeutic calls go well. You get a free follow-up call. I mean, for 25 bucks, you can't beat that, especially from, for me, um, so you can't beat that. Your $25 is not just for the one call. You actually get a second call, which I actually don't put a time on. So you actually do pretty well. I'm running a good deal here for those who can afford it because I know we're living in some hard times right now. So, it's whatever. But I'll be back. You guys have a good one and you take care.